Hello there, and welcome back to the railway. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the new arrivals to the layout, some of which have been bought at the show at the NEC, which I showed you in the last video. So we'll start off with this coach in front of you here. This is a West Coast Railways Maroon Mark II coach. I shall put the end of the box for the code of the coach on the screen now. I was thinking about it recently, in that I've got Mark I coaches, I've got Stania coaches, and I've got Mark III coaches, but I don't have any Mark IIs. So I've recently decided I was going to make a rake of Mark II maroon coaches, and I thought that going for the West Coast Railway ones would be a nice change and make them a bit different to the Mark I maroon coaches that I have, as they'll then have this West Coast Railways insignia on the side. Now I've just got this one for now, but I intend to have a rake of 6 of them. Buying them one at a time then just spreads out the enjoyment of having new rolling stock. And as well as that, then if Bachmann announce different numbers and that, then I will then have different numbers on each coach, hopefully, if they've announced enough of them. But anyway, I'll now show you the next new arrival. So this is a Mark I brake second corridor coach in BR Crimson and Cream livery. I shall put up the barcode end of the box on screen for you now. I had wanted to have a rake of the Mark I's, as I've said. I've got 4 of them at the moment already. So this will then then make it the rake of 5. So it'll be, I've got 3 maroon ones and then the 2 crimson and cream ones. Just then it gives it a bit of a variety, so it's not one solid rake of one colour of coach like all of my other rakes. And then it will then mean I then have this coach, as I showed you earlier, as its own maroon liveried rake. But yeah, so this one and these 2 coaches were both purchased at the National Festival of Railway Modelling, and they're on a deal. So if you bought 2 of them, I think it saved £10 off the RRP. So that was quite a nice deal. Now I'll show you the next new arrival. These next few items were the last few things that I purchased while I was at the show. This included a pavings and cobblestone pack by Metcalfe, as well as some telegraph poles, concrete trunking, a pack of buffer stops, some bus stops and signs, as well as some luggage and trolley sacks. So these are all plastic kit items. The 2 ratio ones are more just detailing when I have got the layout more detailed. This is the final new arrival of the video. This is D1056 Western Sultan with full yellow ends. I already have a maroon Western, I think that's Western Firebrand, but the difference is with the one I have already only has a small yellow panel on the end, which I can show you in a minute. But so this one here is another Dapol Western, and as I've said before, I really like the detail and how these Dapol Westerns run. So that's another fine addition to the fleet. As you can see, it works really well with the Mark I coach that I bought as well. So those are all of the new arrivals, and I shall now show you the progress that I've been making on the hillsides. Now, it doesn't look like I've made much progress over here, but I have. It is just that it's not big differences that you're going to notice. So what I've done is I've sanded down all of the embankments. I've added in these 2 pieces here. Oh, be careful not to knock that. What I shall then do is I shall paper mache over any gaps and just try and fill it in, ready, so that when I then get ready to put in the scenery on, there's no massive holes that are going to be needing to fill in. I also started cutting pieces of the Metcalf tarmac for the road that will go up to the hill. These bits up here are still not fixed in, but I just wanted to get a rough layout at the bottom of the hill, and eventually what I'll then do is carry the road on here, because the idea is that the road will carry on around here, but it won't exist in this bit because that's where I stand. But you can imagine that the road would carry on here, it would then go up this way, there would then be a road that then travels up to this patch up here, and a road that comes out of here that joins it somewhere here. But so now that you can see on this side, this is the other area I've been making progress on. I've been cutting some of this back to then try and shape it down a bit. I want to have it so it's cut in line with that pillar, and then I shall use the Celotex foam blocks there to then get the angle that I want and have the nice smooth curves. Now to the left here, I have also put a massive block of the cardboard packaging, and then what I'm going to do is use thin pieces of the foam that I have here. So these were cut off, as you can see, these bits of foam here and here are different levels, as you can see there. So I have some pieces like this that I will then use to go on top like that I shall then smooth down, add some undulation to them, and so on. So this big block on this far side, I shall then cut that so it matches the curve, because as you can see at the moment it's too sharp, because that was the offcut from this bottom block here. And then this piece here, I will then put that in that gap around here, but it is just getting everything cut into shape and place, and I've got a few more of these big blocks than I thought I had. Well, I say big blocks, I knew how many of these sort of size blocks I had, but I hadn't realised I've got quite a few of these sort of hand-sized blocks and pieces, which is quite nice. I also have this piece here, that will then be, if I give you an angle there, that will then be carved to match the angle that the hillside has going around here and join up to the viaduct. And I haven't done much more with the track work on top of the incline. I've been quite busy, so I haven't had a chance to progress any more with that, and I thought getting the hillside done and then putting the cork down and getting the bridge in place first would be a better way of doing it. And then, as I've said, I need to get the ballast sorted out underneath that bridge before I can glue it in place. But yeah, so I think some of the next jobs I'm going to be doing is putting paper mache over this section of the incline, if I just move that out of the way, over that section of the incline, just to seal off any gaps. As well as that, I'm going to try and make some woodland scenics rocks. I have some moulds that I've had for a while, and I thought that would be a good place for some rock work going along there. So I'm going to try doing that at some point, and those will all be in the next video. Hopefully I'll try and do it like a bit of a tutorial as how I did it and how you probably shouldn't do it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm now going to go into a quick running session. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.